They must feel represented. They must have false hopes. God is in it. When I come to power, Zimbabwe will change within one day. I'll call Joe Biden. I'll talk to Donald Trump. They'll give me some billions and I'll build Zimbabwe. And the people of Zimbabwe stays calm. And
well, Benjamin, what do you think? Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good day to you and good day to everybody. You know, my first, sentence would be, ZANU PF rigged the 2023 election. Chamisa dragged the people of Zimbabwe into that election, manipulating them because of their suffering. And, now he's gone quiet and he's left each and every one of us, idle, with no hope, with no guidance to what goes next after after this position that you influence, which is unfair.
Well, I think what I liked about that video clip is that we have been saying some of these things and we've been denounced by particularly some of the diehards, Chamisa Chete Chete Brigade, who refuse to even acknowledge that Chamisa did lie to them. Even a simple truth like that. There is the evidence. Are you denying that he said he is going to plug the vote-rigging loopholes? They cannot deny it because they know he said it. And are you denying that ZANU-PF did not rig the elections? They cannot deny that either because there is evidence proving that. And yet, they cannot square the circle. When you ask them, well, if he said he was going to plug the vote-rigging loopholes and failed to do so, then surely he lied. They cannot accept that he lied. Such is their tribesman mentality that they must be faithful to the tribe, to the leader. That even when he has lied, they've got to pretend he didn't lie. I think it's at the heart of why Zimbabwe, we are a failed state. And unless we can overcome that, we really have no chance of getting out of this mess. Because Chamisa is already gearing to tell the same lie come 2028, convince people that he's going to win big, they will participate in the elections, give ZANU-PF legitimacy, and we are back to where we are.
One plus one is equal to 2. If you think otherwise, you will fail. The Chamisa clan will go out and protect, Chamisa no matter what. They have to carry the burden. Chamisa lied. He stood up in front of millions and he invoked God as well to say, cabinet has already been, set in heaven. Come hell, come high water. It's guaranteed. And people clapped. He manipulated on your suffering, on your eagerness to get rid of ZANU-PF. That is what he used. He manipulated you. He took you for a fool. Unless you realize that, you're going to be in trouble. Right now, all this peace and quiet, he is planning to do it all over again. People can be so naive sometimes that they want to see Mnangagwa and Chamisa holding hands to show that they're in this together. If they do that, then it becomes obvious. It becomes too obvious. They will not do that. Rather, they will create a situation where it's, they are direct opposites. Yet behind the scenes, they are one and the same thing. They have packed together, keep the calm, work on them, said they go for elections. Once we all go for elections, we get a legitimate government, and we will square you up. That is exactly what is happening here. And unfortunately, the Chamisa brigade, like you say, they are so foolish enough that they themselves will be up in arms against those that are talking sense. 1 + 1 will always be 2. If you think it's 3 or 4, you will always fail. Hence, Zimbabwe is a failed state.
I was going to conclude my remark by playing the video where Chamisa is taken to task on that very issue of lying.
Ende patakasangana na Trump akatibvunza naye vakomana, mari yamuri kuda kuti nyika ifambe imari.
Serious questions were raised about your behaviour in Washington, D.C. You did see some senior people on Capitol Hill, some Congress people, but you also claimed that you'd seen Donald Trump. You claimed you had a conversation with him in which you said he asked you how much you needed to move the country forward. You told him $15 billion, and he said to you that he would provide the money if you won the election. That was not true, was it?
Sangana na Trump akatibvunza naye vakomana, mari yamuri kuda kuti nyika ifambe imari.
It was not true that you'd seen Donald Trump and that Donald Trump indicated to you that he would provide, if you won the election, $15 billion.
All those statements were said by other people, not what I said.
Kasangana na Trump akatibvunza naye vakomana, mari yamuri kuda kuti nyika ifambe imari.
Well, no, because there is a video which shows you at a rally in January back home in Zimbabwe saying that Donald Trump had pretty much promised you $15 billion. To be clear, because some people in Zimbabwe are still confused, you're now telling me you did not meet Donald Trump.
We did not.
As long as we have got millions of people out there who are so naive, ignorant, and gullible to the point that they would refuse to accept that Chamisa is a liar, corrupt, and incompetent, even when they are presented with all the evidence. Zimbabwe is going nowhere. Because let me assure you, MDC CCC, ever since the 2008 to 2013 GNU, have been double-crossing the people. They've been running with the povo hair while hunting with the Zanu PF hounds. Why it has taken 24 years for the penny to drop, beggars belief. But the worst thing about it all is that as long as people remain naive, gullible, and ignorant, Zimbabwe is not getting out of this hell on earth that we've landed ourselves in. That is the truth. And that is the message people must, whether they like it or not, accept.
In conclusion, I would like to say, the evidence is clear. If somebody can go on live television and deny and say somebody else said it, when clearly they are saying it, just shows that, this is a person that cannot be trustworthy. It is, it is said that you find some people, a majority, 2 million plus people, that still believe that, Chamisa is the way forward. He is not the way forward. He has used you in the past, got what he wanted. In fact, he took off with millions, and your happiness as well, because you thought, within him was salvation, and he has deserted each and every one of them. It is time for Zimbabweans to wake up, smell the coffee. Chamisa is not going to be seen walking arm in arm with the Mnangagwa for us to believe that they are working in cahoots. They are working in cahoots. One is working to keep the other one in power and getting a payoff from it. It is obvious. Wake up.
My final remark will be to answer the question that some people have raised in the past. That, okay, if Chamisa has failed, what is the alternative? The alternative is to implement the democratic reforms necessary to end this corrupt and failed political system. Some people think they can make the system work. That is where you're wrong. The system will never work. The corruption is so deep-rooted, you cannot change it. Anyone right now who comes forward to say, okay, this is the alternative, as long as you've got people who are so gullible, they will believe idiotic lies from people like Chamisa. Those people will be ignored. This is why it is important that these people are educated. If you're going fishing and you're told that this is a sewage pond, it is naive to think you would ever get quality leaders, quality fish from a sewage pond. Zimbabwe's political system is a sewage pond. We need to drain it first if we're going to get quality leaders. The idea that, no, we must continue fishing in this pond and hope one day we'll land quality leaders is naive. After 44 years and counting of rigged elections, we can end this madness. What we need to do right now is to make sure that people do not participate in flawed elections because they have believed another one of Chamisa's lies, that he can win rigged elections. Hashtag God is in it. Thank you very much for listening. Have a good day.